Hey, how are you doing, guys? ZDEyE here. So I wanted to talk a little bit about very interesting interview that has happened with the Hidetaka Miyazaki of regards of the future of FromSoftware. Now, this is going to be interesting because I have taken away few key details from this full interview that he had with the gamer.net, and I will leave down links below in the description if you want to read it for yourself. Now, a few details. It is that there's an unannounced project that is already in the final stages of the development. That's actually pretty damn amazing, like considering FromSoftware, they're really like wizards in terms of crafting so many big games and releasing them so damn often as well. Even though they had to kind of slow down because of the corona situation, that doesn't necessarily mean that they simply stopped making games, right? And as such, basically, an announced project could mean literally a few details, few different things, right? It could be because of the DLC and expansion towards Elden Ring. It could be completely something else as well, perhaps maybe even a sequel. Kinda doubt that, to be honest, though. Okay, not a key detail that Miyazaki intends to continue to focus on directing games, and it is already working on his next game. So the game that I mentioned regarding of the final stages that's currently in, no, he's already mentioning it that he's already working on the following game after that. Man, that's like, how much vision has he got? That's pretty damn incredible. Okay, so Elden Ring, that's not a key detail. Elden Ring will receive more updates, so that's good. Now, unfortunately, we do not have a confirmation if it's a DLC or if it's something else entirely, perhaps maybe little patches and stuff like that. But I do expect Elden Ring receiving a DLC or some sort, because number one, FromSoftware constantly always have been, releasing DLCs or some extra content for their games. That's including Sekiro. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice also received a free update. I think it was like a year or 2 years later after from its initial release, and that you can actually finally change your character's clothing and stuff like that. And it was actually a very good idea for it to go that direction. But other than that, Sekiro actually never had a DLC, but all the rest of the other games that FromSoftware has crafted in terms of being Souls-like experiences, they all had a DLC in some ways regard. Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, like Bloodborne, right? And of course, now Elden Ring is expecting that there should be something coming for it. Another tidbit of information that I've got from here, and it's very interesting that this is coming from him. Apparently, he's interested in working on something that he describes as more abstract fantasy than the projects that they have been working on from FromSoftware so far. And he mentions that he's come up with a lot of ideas that have sort of images that don't actually fit to their, current games. So this makes it kind of interesting. Maybe he wants to make it a little bit more quirky, a little bit more weird. But with the vision that Hidetaka Miyazaki has, I mean, all power to him, and hopefully it does come into fruition. Whoever is actually will be supporting with his, direction of video games and the development, I'm all for it, because so far every game that he's released, they have been very, very good and a very high quality included. Mainly these, few key details that I've taken away from the interview were it, but, there's still a little bit more, of course, to go through a whole article, and I'm not going to do that. I don't want to read the whole thing out, because obviously it's not going to be, what is the point of having an article or an interview if I'll be getting out all the key details. So other than this, these were the main things that I definitely wanted to touch on regarding of the future and what's going on with FromSoftware. And as such, before I go, guys, I wanted to mention that I have actually been absent from YouTube for about a few days, so almost following up to a week, because there was nothing much else to be, mentioned or for me to talk about, unfortunately. And as such, I've decided to dedicate my time into special videos that I am currently working on, and it's because I am actually going on a long trip down to America. I've never been there. I live in Europe, so it's gonna be my longest and the furthest trip that I'm about to go. I'm gonna go to New York, I'm gonna go to Miami, I'm gonna go to LA, and it's then back ways. It's just gonna be, I'm gonna be there for almost a month, starting from the end of the September to the end of October of this year. And as such, I'm trying my best to gather up and create and make plenty of special videos. In terms of special videos, I'm talking about like very high quality videos, and this is why I have begun working on them now. I already made one, the second one is already almost accomplished, or finished I should say. The third one, I've only recorded a video and I got the script already up, but it's this editing process that still needs to be done. Currently I'm in the process of starting to make the fourth video, and I'm thinking 4 videos should be enough, but you know, by the time that September comes around, I'm sure I'll end up making at least 2 more, knowing myself of course. But either way, guys, do let me know what you think about this news with FromSoftware, you know, the future and what could be going on. It is pretty damn exciting. I cannot wait to see what they got in store. Alright, like and subscribe. See you guys all. Have a wonderful day.